Welcome back to Two Dogs Talking Ball. This is episode 3, and today we're going to be talking about the offseason plans that our NFL teams need to do. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. He's a Titans fan. And our teams
suck.
Well, that's certainly one way to put it. They definitely need to get better. The Cowboys, we should expect more out of us because it's been 30 dang years since we've even been to a Super Bowl, even a conference championship. And we need to get back to that. And after this bad season, we need some improvements. And what about you?
You know, we were 1 yard away from one Super Bowl. I wasn't even born yet. That just sums that up. I mean, I've seen the AFC Championship, blew that against the Chiefs in 2019, 2020.
At least you've seen.
Brian Callahan, he's gone. I hate him. Will Levis, we can trade him. I love Cam Ward.
And that's it.
I miss you, Vrabel.
Our teams, man, they just bring so much joy to the fans. Now, I'm going to start off with my off-season plan. Now, what I'm thinking is, first off, you got to get money. Because right now, we're below the salary. So, the way you do that, you start off by cuts. Cut Malik Hooker, cut Logan Wilson, and you save $12 million right there. Then you're a little bit closer. Next step, you got to restructure your contracts. The big ones, the Lamb, the Prescott. Them two alone make $44 million. Then you do Tyler Smith and Oso Odigizua. That creates $27 more million. So that brings your total to $82 million to spend. Now that's a lot of money. That could get you a bunch of players to help you out. And with our team, defense was a problem last year. We had the number 1 offense. But to go with that, we had the 32nd ranked defense. So how do you fix that? You work on defense. So first off, start with the biggest move of the offseason. You signed Trey Hendrickson. Now, we needed QB pressure because we did not get the greatest QB pressure last year. It was not good at all. And getting a guy like that, if he could stay healthy, that would be a big piece for us. And my expected contract for him would be about 2-year $50 million or 3-year $60 million. Get him within the $20 to $25 million range. That's what you want to be within. Now, you got to get some corners. So, I'm stuck between Tariq Woolen and Alontae Taylor. Now, our corner depth is not great, so either one is a big upgrade for this team. Now, Alontae Taylor, he's going to be cheaper between the two. Just because, I mean, Tariq Woolen's a bigger name, I guess, than Alontae Taylor. But looking at the stats, honestly, I think I'd take Alontae Taylor. Especially with him being cheaper, I would take that. Now, my expected contract, I'd probably take Taylor. The contract I would give him is about 3-year $26 million. I think that's a pretty good deal for him. He's not too old. I mean, he's good. He would be helpful, help the young guys out, help us develop because we need to be better with developing right now. We're in a rough spot right now. Our drafts the last couple of years just haven't been great. Now, I would like a linebacker because right now we have Overshown and Shamar James. So we need some linebackers. So why not go sign Nakobe Dean? We need the linebacker because linebacker is a key piece for your defense. He played under Christian Parker, our new defensive coordinator, and it just makes sense for the Cowboys to make that move. I mean, he's probably going to want to play with Parker. That's just the way I look at it. If he doesn't, I mean, that's a shame, but this would be a key piece for the defense if we could get him. And he'll be cheaper. He'll be about 1 year, $7 million, and he'll help Overshown and help Shamar James get to the next level. And I want another former Eagle, Reed Blankenship. He's a safety. He's a good veteran safety. And I would, take him to replace Malik Hooker, and then you draft this young safety, and then have Blankenship help develop him too. And I think his contract would be a little bit more. It'd be about 3-year, $29 million. But I think getting guys like that could really help your team out. So that's how you help the defense a lot. So we got to re-sign some players. We have some big names this offseason. Javonte Williams, he's a key piece for that running back core. I think we could find another running back, but I would really love Javonte Williams back on this team. So I'd give him about a 3-year, $15 million, give him $5 million a year. If you have to do a little bit more, that's okay. I wouldn't do nothing too crazy because running backs, you just got to be careful with them. So just don't do nothing too crazy, and I think it's a good deal no matter what. Now, Jadeveon Clowney had a really good year last year. If we could get him cheap, like a 1 year, $4 million, I would take that. And he liked it here. He said it. I think it would just be a great move for the team. I would love to see him back. having two good veteran edge rushers to go with Donovan Ezekiel, and if we draft another guy, and then we still have James Houston on the team, I think that'd be a pretty good edge rush group. And you need a good group so you can keep rotating them in. Everyone stays fresh, keeps them good. Brandon Aubrey, I feel like you got to re-sign him. He's one of the best kickers in the league. You just can't pass up on a kicker like that. Now, he probably will be the highest paid kicker in the league, but a contract I'd give him is about a 4-year, $23 million. And that sounds like a lot for a kicker, but when you're one of the best kickers in the league, I feel like you kind of deserve the money. Now, the biggest re-sign we have to do is George Pickens. That dude, last year, every game he was making insane plays. You can't let a guy like that walk. And I get they did the franchise tag, but you can't rely on that. You have to get a contract done. I'm thinking 3-year, 110. You're getting to that $36 million range. It's a lot, but he's worth it. You have to get him back on this team so you can keep your offense the way it is. You really should keep the offense about the same way it is. I don't see why you would change that. You had the number one offense. There's no need to change it. You got to fix the defense. That should be the number one goal for this team. If you fix that defense, we were easily a playoff team last year if we had a defense, because we still did all right without a defense. We should have beat the Packers. It would have went to overtime, 40-40, and we tied. We should have won that game, scoring 40 points. But that's just the way I look at it. Now, I do think we could do a couple trades, nothing major. Like Luke Schoonmaker, he's about the second, third string tight end. If you could get a 6th-round pick for him, and I think that'd be all right just because we don't need him anymore. I think Brevin Spanford brings about what he brings to the team. And I think he's better at blocking, which is why we drafted Schoonmaker. But I think if you could just get something for him instead of just cutting him, that'd be perfect. Terrence Steele, probably going to be a post-June 1st cut, which you save $14 million, which is good. But if you could trade him for a 5th-round pick or 4th, whatever you could get for him, I get the whole cut thing, but if you trade him, you still save the money. There's no need to just waste that. And if they don't sign Hendrickson, and this move is very, very unlikely because I would probably not want to do this, you could always trade for Max Crosby. Ooh. But it's going to cost you about the same as a Parsons deal. So I was thinking about 2 first-round picks and Solomon Thomas. I personally would not want to do that because 2 first-round picks that we got in the Parsons trades could go get you 2 elite first-round talents instead of just getting a Max Crosby who has a couple more years left. These guys have a long career ahead of them as long as you draft them right. You just got to be careful who you draft. You got to be smart with it. Now with the draft, we have 2 first-round picks this year. 2 dudes I would like us to draft. Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State. I don't think he's going to fall to 12, but if he does, I feel like you got to take him. You got to take the best available defenseman who is available. Safety, corner, edge, linebacker. Take him. We don't need defensive line. Defensive line's good. We got Odigizua, Kenny Clark, Quinton Williams. Those are all good pieces for our defense. And getting everything else is a priority. Everything else. You need everything right now. Because we don't... Last year, 32nd ranked defense, you need more. You do. So, Caleb Downs would be great. But I do see us taking, because I think this guy's going to be there at 12, Mansour Delane, the cornerback from LSU. I've heard a lot of rumors about us liking him. And I would not be opposed to us taking him. Because we need corners. And we need them. Bad. Very bad. Because Diggs, gone. Bland, he needs to get back to where he was because we just gave him that contract last year. So he needs to get back to where he was. So if we could get him back to where he was, get Mansour, and then sign Alontae Taylor, and then you still got Shervon Revel, I think that's a great... But get those. And at 20th, if this guy is sitting here, I'd be very surprised. But if he's sitting there at 12, you might have to take him. Sonny Styles.
Ooh, yeah.
The Ohio State linebacker. Now, I know I just said 2 Ohio State players, but they were so good. you got to take them when they're there. If they're good, you got to take them. He's a linebacker, which we very much need. He was a beast. He could get tackles for loss, sacks, pass deflection. I mean, he just does everything. It's just, we need that. Now let's talk about the coaching staff. We changed the coaching staff a lot on defense this year. Offensively, we didn't change it. Didn't really change much. There wasn't much. But defensively, it's when we got the new defensive coordinator of the team, Christian Parker, who's only 34. He was the Eagles' defensive back coach. I think this is a great hire. Getting younger, not going for big names that are like way older and just not where they were coaching like 20 years ago. Getting the younger mindset, we need that around this team. And just like even around the rest of the coaching staff on defense, most of them are all below 40. We got Ryan Smith, who's our cornerback coach now. And he was the Cardinals cornerback coach. So he took off. And the Cardinals cornerbacks were not the worst last year. So I'm not too mad about that. Then you got Derek Ainsley, pass game coordinator, who was also the Packers pass game coordinator. So all these people are taking the same positions that they were with other teams, but wanted to go be under Christian Parker now. You got Marcus Dixon, who's the defensive line coach, and he was the Vikings defensive line coach also last year. Chidera Uzo-Deribe is our outside linebackers coach now. And he was coaching with Georgia last year, coaching their outside linebackers. So I think that's a good move for us because linebackers, hopefully he can help Overshown and Shamar James. Because those two, I think, well, Overshown has very much potential. His rookie year was so insane until he got hurt. Then he got hurt again in the year. I mean, the injuries are hurting. They suck. Hate injuries. But they're a part of the game. They happen. You just hope that they can come back to who they were. And Shamar James, he's shown signs last year. I think he has the potential. Just got to use it right. Then you got Robert Muschamp, who's the assistant secondary coach, and he was the Chargers defensive quality coach. So getting that secondary coach to help us out. I saw some of the Chargers quarterbacks posted on Twitter about how they hate losing him. So I think that's a good sign. Maybe we'll get some of them. You never know. They might want to come play for him, which I'll take anything at this point. Scott Simons, our last coach that we've hired, is the inside linebackers coach, and he was the SMU defensive coordinator, and he came to the NFL to be a linebacker coach. I think that's a big move right there. I think that one could be a really, really good move. And what to expect with Christian Parker? I mean, when he was with the Eagles, they had an elite defense. And I get he was a defensive coordinator, but he was a part of the defensive back coach, and they had some good defensive backs there. And a lot of their defensive backs were very sad to see him go. Like I saw Cooper DeJean, he posted on Twitter about it. I was like, all right, I like it when the players are saying that they miss their guy, because you know that they liked him and he helped them. So what to expect with Christian Parker? What does he bring? He brings a Vic Fangio style, a two high shell coverages, which is where both safeties stay deep on opposite sides of the field, leaving the middle open. Simulated pressures and a 5-man front, which is good because we have 3 elite defensive tackles with Clark, Odigizua, and Quentin Williams. So I don't see why you need to get rid of any of the defensive linemen. I don't see a need for that. I think you could give Kenny Clark an extension, which also opens up a little bit more money. Always like that, opening more money, giving us more money to spend on other players. You need that. You need money. And system is built off showing the offense one thing and then doing something completely different. So you could just keep them confused on their toes. They won't know what's coming. I think that this could be a really big hire for the Cowboys. And if we do most of these moves, I definitely see us making the playoffs. Just because even if you get the 14th ranked defense or even 20th, we're probably a playoff team last year.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think there could be big things if we spend money this offseason. It all depends if we want to spend the money. If we don't, I expect probably missing the playoffs again. But you never know. You just never know with the NFL.
We're used to that.
Well, I mean, I'm used to making the playoffs and just not winning.
I'm not used to it.
Well, not anymore.
Well, if I still had Vrabel, we'd still probably make the playoffs. But
maybe. Maybe not last year. But,
oh, heck no. Not last year. Heck no.
But, I mean, Vrabel was a good coach. That move never really
You know, I was against it. I hated when that happened, right?
Well, it never made sense to me. Vrabel was such a good coach.
Our ownership's so stupid.
Like, I don't know. It just never felt right to get rid of him. I mean, you got rid of that like entire 2021 that you made the AFC championship?
It was 2019, 2020.
No.
The year after that, I think we're the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed.
Yeah, then you lost to the Bengals. That's right. Bengals?
No, we lost to the Ravens.
You
And the
lost to
year
the Bengals.
after, we lost to the Bengals in the wild card, and that's when it went downhill.
Yeah, after that, it just never was the same.
But it was just injuries and all that. But
yeah, then getting rid of everyone. I mean, Derrick Henry, AJ Brown.
Oh, we're just so smart, ain't we?
I mean, obviously Tannehill was about done at that time anyway.
He's in a nursing home somewhere, I guarantee it. I don't know. He's probably in, Sevier County, Lacon, or I don't know.
All right, that was my plan for the Cowboys, and now Nathan's going to talk to you about the Titans, what they should do.
So I'm going to start off with kind of what he ended on was the coaching staff. Our head coach was Robert Salah. I don't know how to say his last name. I've heard it pronounced so many different ways, but obviously he has, want to reiterate off, what he said. Defense wins you games. For me, my mindset is offense sells tickets, but defense gets you games won. And with us having a great defensive mindset head coach leads to a great defensive coordinator in Gus Bradley. He's had experience with the Colts, the Raiders, the Chargers. So the defense is taken care of if you're willing to build a strong D-line, which you already kind of have with Jeffrey Simmons and T'Vondre Sweat. Your linebackers are starting to get there. You just got to develop them. The corners and safeties, we'll get to that in a minute. But to go away from defense, we're going to go focus on offense. Brian Dable, former Giants head coach, Coach Jackson Dart, Coach, Danny Dimes, Saquon Barkley. He's had experience with good players.
I mean, he brought the Giants to the playoffs.
He brought the Giants to the playoffs.
You don't see that very often recently.
Yeah. And so, but what killed him was just injuries. And this past year, before he got fired, he lost a lot of close ball games that he should have won. As a head coach, I don't think he's fit to be a head coach. He's more of a coordinator because of his background. If you look at his background, look who he coached under for a couple years. Nick Saban. Won a national title as an offensive coordinator with Nick Saban. He was around players like, Waddle, Tua, Jalen Hurts. And look how they're all doing in the NFL. They're making money. They've either won a Super Bowl or they've made the playoffs. If you can keep him as a coordinator, you're good, because what Dable does so well is he wants to expand the field. He doesn't like those compressed formations. If it's compressed, he's expanded. And, with Dable, I think he brings that fire that I've not seen in a long time as a coordinator for offense. Because if you already have a defensive mindset with two great coaches, you can leave the offense to Dable. That's on him, because your head coach is going to be focused on more of a defensive standpoint or strategy. And, for that, I think if our defense is going to be so strong coaching-wise, let Dable do what he has to do. Let him develop with, the coaching staff under him on the offense. Develop the players. Develop a winning mindset that we've not had since 2022, even 2021. Make those players believe in your coaching staff and build around your players. To move on from coaching, I'm going to focus on basically what, money and spending and draft picks. With trade, with the trade in the offseason trading, the biggest thing the Titans need to get is a good veteran wide receiver. There's a few out there. The one I want to get the most is Jawan Jennings. Jawan Jennings was a day 3 draft pick in the 2020-21 draft, and look how far he's come. I mean, the dude, if the Chiefs didn't win Super Bowl in 2024, he was going to get the MVP. Hands down, guarantee it. Jawan Jennings does so many good things for a team. He did it with the Volunteers when he was here at Tennessee. I mean, he caught the Hail Mary against Georgia, caught a one-hander to take the lead against Florida, beat the streak. He did so many good things in college, but he was just so overlooked because of the draft class he was in that year. That's the issue. But you saw him develop his game even more. You saw him develop that leadership because he's a good possession receiver. It's hard to tackle him. It's hard to stop him. He's a free agent. Go get him. It's not that hard. I hate my ownership, but go get him. Please. Make me happy for once. I've been a depressed Titans fan for years. We suck. I want to see at least a playoff win like he does. We suck. But to kind of focus on, the salary and money, for me, I want to focus on draft picks. I want to focus on draft picks to where we can get guys that can develop quickly and fast. For me, your first-round pick has got to be Ruben Bain Jr., that edge rusher for Miami, who this past season had 9.5 sacks and 30 solo tackles. I mean, you saw him in the first round against A&M. He dominated A&M. He dominated Ohio State. Those are two of the most elite programs in college football. What more can you ask for? This next one, I wouldn't say it's controversy, but it's a toss-up. If he falls, I don't think he'll fall to the second round, but if he falls, you go after Colton Hood. You go after that DB from Tennessee. Go Vols. You go after that DB who had almost 12 pass deflections, 34 solo tackles, and had like a 90 PFF grade the whole season. You rarely saw Colton Hood make a mistake on the field. You rarely saw it. If he drops, you get him. Just like this guy from Alabama, too, linebacker, Deontay Lawson. Very underlooked because he's not your breakout player. But if you want someone to go make a tackle in open field, you get him. 45 solo tackles, 2 forced fumbles, 1 on a quarterback pressure in college. This past year alone. This is not even talking about how good he was overall career-wise. You get these players that don't stand out, but you can develop them kind of secretly and you can show them what they're made of. And they'll show the other teams why they should have drafted them. Develop these young guys quickly and rapidly to where they become these breakout players that you wouldn't even think of. Like this guy, too, if he falls, Jake Slaughter, 6'5", 305 pounds from Florida. He played all his college years at Florida. I mean, if you're a big college football fan, Florida is not what they used to be. They have not looked good in a long time. To me, I can compare this guy to Trey Smith. Not his style of play, but what he has done for that program alone. Trey Smith was under Coach Pruitt. That tells you something. He was part of maybe the worst program run in the history of Tennessee football. The first year we go 5-7, and then we go 8-5, then we go 3-7 in the COVID season. In 3 seasons alone, and he played Butch's last year as a freshman. In 4 seasons alone, Trey Smith only gave up 2 sacks. In 5 seasons alone, this dude's only given up 3 sacks. If you get a guy, and Trey Smith fell to day 3 too. He fell to a day 3, and look what he's doing now. Multi-time Super Bowl champ. You get guys like this in the draft that can develop quickly and develop the right way. That's another thing the Titans need is an offensive lineman. Get a guy that will protect your quarterback and fight and die for him. The same thing with Alex Harkey. 6'7", 330 pounds. Oregon offensive tackle. Look where Oregon was this past year. They played like garbage in the playoffs, but look where they were. The playoffs. He played with Dylan Gabriel. I mean, he's played with Bo Nix. This guy's played with so many great young quarterbacks. And look what Bo Nix did this past year before he got hurt. And the thing is, you can make the argument, if Bo Nix plays against the Patriots, the Broncos could be in the Super Bowl. I mean, who knows? That's a toss-up. But you've got experience with these young guys that play with so many good veteran leaders. They've already developed. And let this coaching staff on both sides of the ball continue to develop them. Now, this is a guy right here that is going to fall. He'll fall to late day 2, early day 3. I don't know if you've heard of this guy or not, Jason. Ted Hurst, wide receiver from Georgia State.
Nope, not really. I don't follow Georgia State that much. I don't know much about them, honestly.
We know a lot about them.
Well, okay. Well, you know about them in some ways that we wish that we did. Well, Pruitt era was
great, right?
Yeah, we did a lot.
All right. But
got a bowl win.
I mean, this dude had 1,000 yards and 6 receiving touchdowns. Guess how many receptions he had?
I mean,
71. Averaged 12 yards a catch.
Pretty good.
I mean, I know it's Georgia State, so not playing anybody good, but think about it. Look at our receivers now. DK, Gunnar Helm, They play with elite teams. This past season was decent for them when they got the ball. If you, like I said, if you get a guy that no one knows about and is overlooked, learn from Helm, learn from Iomar, learn from DK, learn from those guys that already had some experience in the league. But also keep it in your back pocket that this guy can bring energy too. He already has experience in college football, D1. The last guy is Eric Rivers. 46 receptions, 700 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. That doesn't sound too impressive. Those stats are low. But he played for Georgia Tech. That's a triple option team. That's a run first type of team. You're not going to get the ball as much through the air as you will on the ground. But for a guy to go to Georgia Tech, play all his years, most of his years with Georgia Tech, and almost catch 1,000 yards in a run first triple option team, that's solid. That's a solid draft pick for a guy that can prove his worth on a team that's still trying to rebuild. So, kind of moving over from the draft to our needs. That's kind of our needs. We need the good draft picks. We need a veteran receiver. The biggest thing out of all of these, you have to protect and you have to build around Cam Ward. This guy has potential. The problem with Cam Ward is, what are we going to see different from year 1 to year 2? How is he going to develop in the offseason better than he did last offseason? You know, Cam Ward had his moments where he struggled. And, you know, I mean, for him, 18 total turnovers, 7 interceptions, 11 fumbles. As a rookie, you got to give him some slack, because if you're a Titans fan or if you're a big-time NFL fan and you watch any game that's on, you will know the Titans offense sucks. We're awful. I mean, gosh, I don't know, Jason. I mean, I think our alma mater could probably sack the Cam Ward or something.
Well,
I mean, I'd go that far.
Maybe going a little.
I'd go that. I'm being serious. I'd go that far.
I don't know if
I'm just playing
would.
with you, but
That'd be a little too far, but
I'll sack him.
well,
I'm just playing. But, you know, on a serious note, if we can develop and, you know, if we can develop these, if we can go out in the draft, develop young offensive linemen, let them learn from veteran O-line that actually were solid this year. You give them a shot, let them prove their worth. If you develop the O-line, you give them time. You know, team chemistry is a big thing. You give them time for team chemistry. You give them time to, you know, show them what you're, you know, they're going to show you what they're worth. Let these guys develop. Let them protect Cam Ward, and you got to develop your receivers and get that veteran receiver, and you build this around Cam Ward. In the end, I'm not going to say we're going to be a 12-5 or 11-6. I'm going to say this year we could go 9-8, maybe 10-7, maybe. But I think if we can develop just a little bit better than we did last year, obviously, on both sides of the ball, I think in the end, we are a wild card team that could shock people in the postseason. I'm not going to say we're going to win the Super Bowl. No. Just get to the wild card, prove everybody wrong as good as you can, and play ball. Have passion. Play with passion. Stay poised. Have a purpose. Passion, poise, and purpose. And I actually kind of learned that from, if you don't know who it is, I'll explain. Bruce Pearl, former Tennessee coach, former Auburn coach. Every game, he had 3 P's. Passion, poise, and purpose. Play with passion. Have poise when it gets rough. Have poise when you're on the road and it's 3rd and 9 and you're backed up on, you know, inside your own 20-yard line. You're playing the Broncos at Denver. Have poise. Don't let it get to you. Play with the purpose. You know, you're there to make money, but you're there to show them what you're made of. You're there to prove people wrong. You're there to, you know, just win the ball game for your organization. You know, you're there to, you know, build the fan base, build the team chemistry up. If all this just plays out correctly, or as good as it's going to get, if we can make the wild card in Robert's first year, and we continue to build and continue to build and continue to build, we're going to be right there. We're going to be knocking. We're going to be knocking. So, Build around Cam Ward, protect him, get him good receivers, get you good draft picks, and understand and focus and look at how our coaching staff could develop and dominate this season as well. That's it for me.
Yeah, I think if we can do some of these moves, I mean, I think with mine, the Cowboys should be looking Super Bowl or bust because Prescott's not getting any younger. I mean, he's getting older. I mean, we ain't got too many more years left of him. And when this contract expires, I just don't know if he'll be here still. And, I mean, he's going to want to win at
I'll
some
play quarterback.
Well, but,
You want to talk about losing? You put me at quarterback? Yeah, you're not winning.
well, I ain't trying to tank. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'd rather win now because we've been in the mix of the pack every year since, well, not 2000 because there were some rough years in the early 2000s. But when Romo came in since then, 2015 was bad, 2020 was bad. But those are 2 years that our quarterbacks got hurt this season. But you just got to find a way to win now. You got to get players on defense. The offense is pretty good. The O-line can be a little better, but we're pretty young on the offensive line with Tyler Smith, Tyler Booker. Booker is going to be a beast, which we are pretty good at drafting the O-line anyway.
I suck at that.
Well, Tyler Guyton, he's questionable. This is his year that he has to prove everyone wrong because this is his last year of his rookie contract. This has to be his year where he steps up at tackle. And with me saying that we need to trade to Terrence Steele, probably need to draft one either. We don't have a third round or second. If you could trade for a couple picks, maybe even trade one of your first round picks to drop a few spots in the first round and get a second round pick, which I think you could do. Like, so say our 20th pick, say someone at 23 wants that pick because they have a guy just sitting there. Let them trade up, get him, and they also have to throw in a second round pick. So then you get two still pretty high picks. And you're just moving 4 spots. I think with that, you still can get that good talent. This is a good draft this year with defense.
Oh, yeah.
I think that
I'm looking forward to this draft.
And I'm not a relier on the draft. I really don't like
I
relying.
am.
Well, but you have
that's...
We're always in like the 15, 12. We're between 12 and 20 every year. And so it's like... You're not getting the best of the best. You're getting like the really good who could be the best.
Yeah.
But it's a chance. And I just think relying on the draft to me is not what you do. When you have money that you can spend on
when you have money,
all these free agents. I mean, we're like a $10 billion franchise right now.
Jerry Jones.
We're acting like a small market team. I just don't understand it. And Jerry says he wants to win. I want to see you prove that you want to win, though. Because, I mean, we haven't seen that, really. I mean, we have good teams, but they never take that next step and win. I mean, we have like 4 playoff wins in the last 20 years. Prescott's 2-5. Now, are all on him? No. But some. When we played the Niners, we lost by 2 points, 21-19 or something. I mean... Or 21-17. I mean, you're losing these games.
Is that the year that y'all put Elliott snapping the ball?
You got the one where Dak slid, didn't get the spike, which you would have been at the 30-yard line for a Hail Mary. So probably the likelihood of winning that game probably slim. The Zeke game, I don't even know what that was. I don't even threw it to Turpin. Turpin got hit immediately because it was not a good play call. And I mean, I think McCarthy was all right. He was good at winning in the regular season.
Postseason.
But when we needed it most, it just wouldn't happen. And we'll see what Schottenheimer can do. Now you got Parker relying on the defense. And Schottenheimer's been working with offense for the last 30 years that he's been coaching. And he's finally got his opportunity as a head coach. And Clayton Adams came in as his OC, but he's not calling the plays as Schottenheimer. But Adams brought in like all these, like when you got the motions and stuff, because we never really did motions. But then all of a sudden this year we were motioned like every time. And it worked on offense. We had the number 1 offense. And Schottenheimer, I think he can do this for us. At least, we just got to get back to the NFC Championship game. Okay, Super Bowl's nice, but we haven't made the NFC Championship game in 30 years. 30 years this year. This is the 30th year. I mean, it's been so long. We're overdue. We are due for this. We've been due forever. Do I think it's going to happen this year? Maybe not. But you sign a bunch of players, get to the divisional game, see what happens from there. Get to the wild card game, see if you can win that game. See if you can win the divisional game. Get to the NFC Championship. That's a win of a season right there. Because I haven't seen that forever. Honestly, divisional game's probably a win. We haven't made the divisional game since 2021. When we lost to the Niners. Well, we lost to the Packers 2023. That was great. We were a 2 seed. We got blown out at home to the 7 seed Packers. Blown out. Something's got to change here. We just need change. And getting the younger coaching staff in, because we've had Mike Zimmer, we've had Eberflus, we had McCarthy, young coaches. You see the Seahawks, Mike McDonald, won a Super Bowl. He's like 30s. Sean McVay, he was a young coach when he got hired. Won Super Bowl. You see all these young coaches. Vrabel's not that old either, and he's done great.
He almost won one as a player, and he could have won one as a coach. So
these younger coaches, what do you need? Sure, it could be a risk because you don't know what they're going to do, but sometimes you got to take the risk on these guys. They're young coaches who have the potential because they made it this far. They made it to the NFL at coaching level, so they can have potential to be a good head coach. Which is why you got to take advantage and at least try them. Not going after these big names that haven't been great coaches in the last 10 years. You got to go after guys that you think will help your team and move to the right direction. And I think we can be able to do that. Schottenheimer's second year, good. Adams' second year as OC. Think that's fine. Then you got Christian Parker. We'll see what he does this year. I think we make the playoffs, but if we make moves, you got to make moves first. You can't just roll the same team out.
And I will say, kind of going over to Mike Vrabel. Obviously, I miss him, but I'm going to use him as an example. His first year as a Patriots coach, it wasn't good. It was the same thing as Mayo had, a terrible season. And as a second-year coach, with a team you just went 4-13 with the year before, you take them to a Super Bowl, and you could tell the Patriots were there, but they're not ready yet. They're not ready for it. But you could tell the potential in the Super Bowl. Their linemen are still, Will Campbell, that was bad. But give him slack. He's a rookie. He is a rookie. And it took Mike Vrabel 2 years to get us at least, second year Mike Vrabel. He got us to the playoffs. The next year, AFC Championship. The year after that, we were the 1 seed, the number 1 overall seed. But the Ravens, I think, won 5 in a row when they came to play us in the first round. Yeah, that was a bad timing. And, for us to lose that wild card game to the Bengals, and look what the Bengals did. But I just hope we give Robert a shot. I just hope that, I've been a big fan of his style of play. I love the way he coaches defense. I love the different, press formations. I love the different zone looks. I love the, show two, bluff. And like what he said for, his defensive coordinator. Show one thing, do one thing completely different. That's something that he's done a great job with. He did a good job with that with the 49ers. And with Gus Bradley, the defensive coordinator that we've hired, he did a heck of a job with the Raiders, the Colts, the Chargers, at doing stuff like that. If you stick to what you know and teach the players that we can roll, we can rock with this, let it play out. So, give Robert a chance, give Brian Dable a chance, give Bradley a chance, and see where you go. Build your offense around Cam Ward, build your defense around the veteran leaders like Jeffrey Simmons. Let the young guys learn, and you're solid. You're a playoff team. That's pretty much it.
All right, and I think that's going to do it for episode 3. Hope you enjoyed. And tomorrow, we're going to be doing a special episode. We're going to the Tennessee versus Oklahoma men's basketball game. And we're going to vlog that, and we're kind of going to just see how it goes. We're going to do a little talk before the game, a little talk about the food, what the venue's like. We're just going to talk about
the experience.
Yeah, just what it's like to go to a Tennessee basketball game here. Because I've been to a couple women's games. This is probably your first men's game. This is my first men's game ever. I've never been to one. So.
This is mine 1,000, but I still love it every time.
I've never been, so
go Vols.
I'm a fan, but I just never really went to the games. I've gone to a couple football games.
Those are fun.
Yeah, football games are always fun. I've been to one SEC game. We played Kentucky on Halloween.
The one at night.
Which we won that game. That was a good game. We wore our black unis. It was great.
We went to UAB this past year.
Well, yeah. But
they tried.
I mean, they tried.
Joey Aguilar.
The most fun game was probably the Akron game.
Oh, that was so. Yeah.
We had a guy in front of us because we were sitting right behind the Akron section. Yeah, they were pretty good. We were sitting right behind the Akron section. They kicked the field goal. This Akron fan is in front of us. He's holding up a 3. Was it 3?
Yeah. He went 1, 2, 3. Zipped them down, and I said scoreboard. I said zip it up. He got. So I think he was drunk. I think he got mad at me. He didn't do nothing, but he was mad at me.
It was just a fun time. I mean, playing those teams like that, it's just always a fun time.
And you get to see what your young players look like too. You know,
you
when
get to see
you're up.
the backups too.
Yeah, Joe Milton.
Well, Bazooka Joe.
Throwing over the mountains. If you need a 70-yard pass, he's got you. If you need a 20-yard, you might want to look over your head.
Which is why I hate that the Cowboys never put him in like a situation where, say, even last play of the game or even halftime, just let him go sling that thing. Like if it right before halftime, you have the ball at the 30-yard line, let him sling it. He could probably get that ball to the end zone.
You got Lamb, you got CTE Pickens, you got Ferguson.
I mean, you got
launch it.
Send it, man. I mean, at least try it.
Bombs away.
Because, I mean, Prescott's good, but, I mean, he doesn't have the arm like Joe Milton has.
You want to know what happened when Will Levis slung it?
Well, Will Levis is, he was certainly something.
He still is something. He ain't nothing.
Well, yeah. But that'll do it today. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll do our next video tomorrow. We'll probably upload it Thursday or Friday just because we're going to go over it a little bit, you know, just to make sure everything's fine. And, yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day, everyone.
See you.